I want to welcome all of you to Wealthy Woman's Playbook, Real Estate Investing Geared Towards Women. This subject is something I'm very passionate about. I feel very strongly that if I wouldn't have had all the women in my life helping me along in real estate investment, as well as Dr. Marshall Reddick, I wouldn't be where I am today. Uh-oh, this is like not it. I don't know why this is not going. There it goes. I have to use the tag here. Sorry, my little pointer wasn't working here. My name is Christy Dietz, and I've actually been with Marshall Reddick since 1996. That kind of ages me right here, but that's okay. I moved to LA in 1995 to work in the business side of music after graduating from Florida State University. And while I was working in the music business, I happened upon one of Dr. Reddick's classes he was teaching at Santa Monica College on how to buy foreclosures for no money down. And my art class had been canceled for that day, so I snuck into his class and sat at the back of the room for the day. And then I went up after and I told him, hey, I didn't mean to be in this class. I didn't pay for it, but I heard your voice and I was intrigued. And he said, oh, that just meant that you were supposed to be here today. Anyone who knows Dr. Reddick knows that he's very open and giving. So that's how it all started for me in 1996. And then I just started educating myself and taking all of the free events that Marshall Reddick offered, as well as the college classes that we used to teach. And it was just amazing. And over the years, after leaving the music business around 2000, I then became an agent for Marshall Reddick and a mentor and educator, and I led a women's investment program for over 1,000 women over the years. And I've been bugging these guys, let's start a women's program again. So here we are. We literally haven't done this program in 15 years. So I'm so excited to be doing this here with you all today. I have been a real estate agent for 25 years. I have purchased 24 rental properties through Marshall Reddick, and I still have 11 of them today. So we'll talk a little bit about that as we go along also. I also am a Marshall Reddick mortgage fund investor. I'll speak with you about that later. I'm really passionate about helping animals worldwide as an advocate and volunteer. I go to Africa every summer and work with rhinos and elephants, and then I volunteer daily for Philozoa Animal Rescue here in LA, helping dogs. I have 2 college-age kids, Harrison and Olivia. One's going to be starting law school, and the other one's an undergrad, planning to be a doctor. And then I have 3 rescue dogs myself and a bearded dragon. So the topics that we're going to cover today are challenges that women face in planning and investing, the benefits of investing in real estate, investment goals, and why it matters. Financial foundations and saving strategies, using other people's money. What is it? Financing, credit. We'll talk about property management benefits and also property choices for your portfolio. So expect to learn and take notes. There's a question box. Can everyone hear me and see me okay? Oh, I see someone, Carrie Evans. She said, hi, Christy. Hi, Carrie. So you can ask questions as you go along. I'll answer as many as I can at the end, but if you think of a question, just go ahead and pop it in the question box. Write down any of your questions also that you have, and be ready. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. Oh, sorry, I meant to go back the other way. Anyway, be ready just to take notes and be ready to learn how to invest in real estate. So Marshall Reddick, we are a full service company. We're a full real estate brokerage. We have a full property management company. We are a private money lender, and we are an investment fund manager. We have boots on the ground offices all over the United States to help you with your real estate investing. We have Los Angeles and Newport Beach offices in California. We have 5 offices in Texas, Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, New Brunswick. We have 2 offices in Tennessee, Clarksville and Nashville. And then we have our Florida office in Cape Coral, which handles South Florida. So how do we choose where to invest? We have we choose the job markets that you are, it's very important when you're investing in an area that the job market is robust and that a lot of businesses are continuing to move to the areas like your Amazons or your SpaceX or even battery plants, all those things. So job market's very important. We also pick areas that have low vacancy rates. We want an economic diversity in the area. We want housing affordability. That's very important. We want landlord-friendly states. Strong education. Is there good universities in the area? Is the school system good? And also reliable property management, which we offer. Property management can make or break you. So here's some of our team right here at Marshall Reddick, some of our different offices around the states. I just want to show you, we have over 150 employees, and here's just a few of them. So how do we, as women, balance our professional and personal responsibility? So women, we have multiple roles, right? We're like the career women, the super moms, the household managers, we're domestic neutralizers, we're raising the kids, we have partners, we're confidants, childcare, family organizers, we work, retirement planners, you name it, we do it. So the impact on time management, I know a lot of you ladies, it's like how many ways can we split ourselves and still get everything done? So we have a lot of personal and professional responsibilities. And then resource allocation, like juggling the multiple obligations that we have. So the impact of career and part-time work changes. So you have to manage your family, managing your family responsibilities. Many women choose to take career breaks or work part-time to better the responsibilities, like balancing work and home life. You might have a divorce situation or caring for elderly parents. This often always falls on women. And then we have the impact on retirement savings, like taking career breaks. What if we have to go to work part-time for some reason, or divorce or illness, or and we may have to live on our retirement savings, things like that. We also take on the financial instability risks. So we have to really plan our future carefully. So here's an overview of some of the gender gaps in the financial sectors. We have underrepresentation of women in real estate investing, especially in all financial sectors, and this is limiting our crucial opportunity and resources. So what is the impact of gender pay gap? We also have a gender pay gap that directly affects our financial independence and reduces our ability to invest and accumulate wealth over time. So longer life expectancy and its financial implications. Sorry guys, let me see if I could go back. Sorry about that, guys, wait. Sorry, trying to get back. There we go. The little box I have to keep moving it because I can't see the full screen because it's covering over. Anyway, so underrepresentation of women. And the gender life expectancy gap. So women have longer life expectancy compared to men. There's always a joke that they always say that women nag men to death. I don't think that's true, but that's what they say. They always say that, so men normally live less than we do, and that impacts us financially often. Longer life expectancy makes more retirement planning for us and financial planning, financial preparedness. We have more years of retirement that we need to prepare for. So what barriers do women have? There are a shortage of women advisors, creating barriers for women who do want to invest in real estate and do want financial guidance, but not here. Like here at Marshall Reddick, we offer female advisors like myself, and we have women helping women. And limited female representation can result in a cycle of restricted access for us. So here at Marshall Reddick, the benefit is this, is you're working with women, you're getting financial advice from other women who also invest in real estate, invest in the Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund, who have dealt with this, and we walk and talk in real action and help you with your goals in investing in real estate. Like I said, I've been investing in real estate since 1996 and have bought 24 properties, and I'm here to help you and to help you invest in real estate. So the success of women investors. So you have empowerment through real estate. There's so many success stories of women in real estate, especially here at Marshall Reddick. You'll find that many of the women realtors here and property managers and all of our diversity of women we have here, they all own investment property themselves. So when they're speaking to you, they're really able to help you. Financial independence. We have there's women investors that can demonstrate that in navigating challenges. So the benefits of real estate investing for women. So financial independence, that's a big one. And I don't think there's a woman around, whether you're married or single or just starting out or just retiring in life, we all want financial independence and security. We also want flexibility in our investments. And we want to be able to build a legacy. I know for myself, I have all my properties in a trust, and my rental properties help me at times pay for my kids' college education, and I know that I can pass on a legacy to them. Plus, I've also given them a role model over all of the years of investing in real estate and how to reduce your taxes by investing in real estate. And I've dragged my kids everywhere. They used to sit at my events that I would speak at. They would go to rental houses with me, you name it. I bring them into my office. I show them my trust. I show them how my spreadsheet is laid out and where all my passwords are. You name it, I've done it with my kids, and they have a pretty good grasp at it at their young college age. So why is real estate a great investment? So one of the biggest things is real estate appreciates over time, and it's a hedge against inflation. So what that means is you have inflation going up like this, and then you have real estate investment that goes up like this. So basically your real estate goes up higher than inflation, and so that's why it's called a hedge against inflation. So real estate is also a great investment because it creates passive rental income. The longer you own your properties, the more passive income that you accrue over time. When you first start buying investment property, you might just have a small amount of passive income, but then it grows to thousands of dollars. And that's kind of like the place that I'm at today. I have well over, I don't even know how many thousands, $6,000 or $7,000 a month in positive cash flow because I've been owning properties for so long. So what is the tax benefits? You have amazing tax benefits. You check with your own personal CPA, of course, and they can advise you on your specific tax advantages. But once you own multiple rental properties, you're considered a professional real estate investor, whether you're a realtor or not. You do not need to be a realtor at all to be a professional real estate investor. And you get tremendous amount of tax benefits. I know a lot of you are going to go, but I have not paid income tax, federal, state, Social Security, nothing since 1998. And easily explained, let's say you have 10 rental houses and you get $10,000 write-off on each property. That's $100,000. So let's say you make $100,000 a year. Well, you get $10,000 on each of the 10 properties, and then the $100,000 washes, and so you pay zero. And people say, oh, well, you're not paying into Social Security, you're not going to have any Social Security. Ladies, I care more about my passive income in my real estate investments than I care about an $800 or $1,000 or however much $1,500 Social Security check. Okay, so what type of investments are there? You got single family homes, you have multi-family properties, which can be anywhere from 2, 3, 4 units and up. Actually, the 4 units and under are still considered single family homes, so which is great because you can get the lower interest loans with those. And then you have multifamily properties, and then you have commercial real estate, which everyone knows, buildings, retail space, etc. So the importance of setting goals. So setting investment goals. You want very clear goals. You want to assess your financial situation. What's your investment timeline, and what is your risk tolerance? So one of the things I look at, like, are you a tangible investor or an intangible investor? Some of you might want your investment properties right here in town, right around you. Other people might want properties in other states. I'm a very intangible investor. I have properties all over the United States, and I have over the years. I have at least what I have 5 in Florida. I have some in Tennessee, Missouri. I just sold my one in Hawaii. I have some in LA. So I have properties all over the United States, and that doesn't bother me. And also, like, you just kind of, everyone has a different risk tolerance. All right, building a financial foundation, assessing financial health, managing your debt. It's really important to have effective debt management. Also increasing your savings. How are you going to save? How are you going to get the money for investing? Improving your credit score. What if your credit is kind of like, how can you improve it? And why is credit important? And that's where someone like an advisor, like myself, I know a lot of you on the call, I'm already your advisor. And someone like me can help you on all of these things, and other great advisors we have at Marshall Reddick can help you. So effective strategies for investment. Well, we have the income allocation for investment, which is setting aside a portion of your income for investments, just setting up a little savings account. Maybe you take 20% of your income and you just put it in a high yield savings account and just watch that grow. Or maybe you put it in treasury bills or something at 5%. So you have a little account for real estate investment. You can also invest through your IRA, your self-directed IRAs as well, which that's a whole other subject, but I can help you with that as well. So creating a budget. I'm not great with budgets myself, but creating a budget, track your expenses, identify your savings of your investments, cut down on unneeded expenses. Like, where can you cut back? I put a few things here, and I know a lot of you are laugh. Some of these are from Dr. Reddick, but like, I always use my United Airline credit cards, and then that way, every time I travel to my properties or fly anywhere or go to Florida to see my properties, I can fly for free. Like, I keep my cars a minimum of 10 years because it's a depreciating asset, and it just depreciates down to zero. So I go to movie nights on Tuesday night, AMC, $7, things like that. I mean, you can read these on your own, but there's just a lot of things. 0% credit cards, getting your gas at Costco, drinking alcohol at home before you go out, or eating at home, making your coffee at home in the morning instead of going to Starbucks. Just little things like this can start a savings account for you. All right, so understanding other people's money and the benefit, how money works for you. So the definition of other people's money is, it stands for other people's money, which allows investors to use borrowed funds for investment. So the benefit of other people's money is your return on investment. So let's say you invest, I'm just using easy number here. Let's say you invest $100,000 in $1 million, I don't know, $600,000 property. Okay, so you put $100,000 down. Well, your return on investment, yes, you're paying interest on the $500,000 that you borrowed, but the benefit is your property is the whole $600,000 is appreciating, not just the $100,000 you put down, because you're using other people's money. So basically, what this makes is that your money works for you while you sleep. And that's where that comes from. So yes, you're paying interest on your $500,000 you borrowed, but your appreciation is higher than your interest, which is how that whole hedge against inflation comes in again too, with the appreciation. So financing options. Okay, so you have traditional mortgages, which is like Reed Hazard with CMG, who many of you know that we've worked with for years. We also have private lenders, which is our amazing Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund, where you can get loans through there. I have 2 loans myself through the Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund, and it's amazing. Part of it is because I have 11 properties still, it's really hard for me to get conventional financing. So through the Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund, I easily qualify based on the asset and the property. Also investment partnerships. Okay, so importance of maintaining good credit. So you want to have, the better credit you have, it's the less risk you are to a lender, any type of lender. So you want to get favorable financing terms and to have great credit. Like great credit is 720 or above, and also maintaining your good credit. Now, you can still get loans even if you have, especially first time FHA loans, which first time homeowner loans, where you're putting 3.5% down. I actually just did one recently for someone in their 20s, and we got 100% financing. We did a 3.5% FHA loan, and then we did another type of credit loan that was from the state for the rest of it. So all he had to put down was his closing costs. So there's all sorts of ways, and you only need like a 600 or higher FICO score for that. But it's best to get your FICO score as good as possible. Okay, so steps to improve your credit score. And again, any of you can call me anytime. I'll give my number towards the end, but if you have paper with you right now, my number is 818-694-0740. But I will go through it again too. But you can call me anytime. I can just, or text me, how do I increase my credit score? I've done this to myself over and over again. Well, one of the best ways is obviously paying your bills on time. Like set up automatic payments for everything and make sure you have enough money in your bank account to pay it too. And if you don't, make sure you have an overdraft for your bank account. But even let's say you, like this has happened to me many times. Like let's say you have an accident and you accidentally forget to pay a bill. All you have to do is call the creditor, and almost all the time they'll give you a one-time pass and they'll remove it from your credit. Now, if you keep doing it repeatedly, they're not going to do that. But if it happens every so often, they'll normally remove that for you, because you can lose like 100 points in your credit score by one late mortgage payment, which is crazy, right? So you also want to reduce your debt to income ratio. So what is that? How much debt you have versus how much income you make. So you want to have that be like reduce your debt to your income, and that will increase your borrowing capacity. You also want to make sure if you have a bunch of credit cards, pay down your highest credit card first. Only spend what you can monthly and pay your credit card in full every single month. That's what I do. I use my United card for everything, and I pay it in full every month, and then I get all the airline miles. Keep your credit also on your credit cards, ladies. Make sure you don't have more than 30% of your credit limit spent. So if you have a credit card that has a $1,000 credit limit, you cannot spend more than $300 of that. Otherwise, it will negatively affect your score, and pay it in full every month. So try to live below your means if you can. You can also, if you have a bunch of high interest credit cards, you can get 0% credit cards and move the money from those to that, and then set up an auto payment monthly equal until the 0% runs out. I do that all the time. I always move money around in circles, like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Constantly, I'll do that. Or like one month, if I have a really big credit card bill and I'm like, oh gosh, I really don't want to allocate the money to that, I'll take one of my 0% credit cards and I'll write myself a check into my checking account to pay for that month's credit card. Now, you don't want to do that. You always want to have the money to pay your credit cards, and you don't want to spend more than you overspend. You don't want to overspend. Like I said, try to live below your means if possible. I know it's really hard right now with the cost of everything. I mean, I just went to the grocery store the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Also, really important, ladies, check your credit card credit reports regularly. I put right here creditkarma.com. So creditkarma.com here at the bottom is a great free resource to keep track of your credit and FICO scores. And I am on my creditkarma.com all the time, and it gives me notifications. It also tells me when there's really good 0% credit cards that I can get. So I use that as well. Okay, so planning for passive income streams and financial freedom. So again, reiterating the importance of passive income. So that's money that you make and that that's going in your bank account without you having to actively work. Rental properties is a great way to to increase your income and build long-term wealth through appreciation. The National Association Realtor just recently has said that 90% of all millionaires created their wealth through real estate. And we know this to be true for sure. I know for a fact I would not have become a millionaire like I am today if it would not have been for all my rental properties. Strategic planning your income streams so that they're reliable and sustainable over time. Financial freedom is achieved and millionaires are created through real estate investment. You know, like everyone's like, oh, I want to make money, I want to make money. But what does money give you? Money gives you freedom to be able to do the things that you would love to do and the things that you would love to create, right? At least that's my version of money. Money creates freedom. All right, ladies. So why are there not more women investing in real estate? You know what the sad truth is? Only about 1%, ladies, of the United States has women investors that own more than 2 investment properties. And probably most of them work for Marshall Reddick Real Estate or are Marshall Reddick investors. So give yourself a hand for that. So the power is absolutely yours, ladies. Commit to begin. Your financial freedom awaits, and just commit and do it. Let's go. All right, so here's some featured properties that I wanted to go through with you just to kind of show, give you some real life examples. All right. So this property is a beautiful property in Clarksville, Tennessee, and it's at 1006 Cherry Acres Drive in Clarksville. And this is a brand new construction. And we work with all of our builders that we work with in all the states, and they give us special points to be able to put in all of the landscaping, the garage door openers, the blinds throughout the house, all of the kitchen appliances. And normally, any of you brought a new construction house before, you have to pay separately for all of those things as add-ons to the purchase price. So we negotiate with the builder to get all of those put in one place and all included in the offer price. We also negotiate a lower interest rate for the investment properties called forward commitments with the builder. If you look at this one right here, the interest rate we have on this particular house, that's $299,900, is 5.25% interest rate, which is great. And even after all of your taxes, insurance, management, HOA fees, everything, you still have a monthly income of $120.47 a month. And it's actually more than that. I mean, you check with your CPA, but a lot of times properties, they call them like cash positive, paper negative. So you get like I said, I gave you the example before, if you own 10 properties and you get $10,000 write-off, for each property, you get $100,000 a year write-off. And the thing with rental properties is you can carry forward your write-off for 15 years, where stocks, you can only do $3,000 a year in write-offs. So you get to write off depreciation, traveling to a property, property management fees, insurance, taxes. I mean, there's so many things you get to write off, and that comes off of your property. So the next property is a great property here in Houston. Look at how cute this house is, and it's $249,900, and when you're all said and done, you have a positive cash flow of $76.84. But like I said, your tax write-offs are huge on this, and you get big tax write-offs. So even though you have this, you have a lot more tax write-offs that comes off your regular income. Okay, so this property is in Punta Gorda, Florida. I picked this property because I grew up in Sarasota, Florida, if anyone knows where that is, right below Tampa, about 50 miles. Siesta Key is there, Longboat Key, and Punta Gorda is just a little bit south of there. And this is a fabulous property, not that far from the water, but far enough where you're not getting hit by the hurricanes. And it's in Punta Gorda, and it's a duplex. It's $634,900, and you could see all of the information here and down payment, and your monthly income is $401 a month when it's all said and done. And this is an A-class property. And it's a built in 2024. All of them are new. The previous ones I showed you as well. And it's 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on each side. And the total square footage is 2,746, split in 2. So it's a beautiful property. So then this other property is in Buda, Texas, which is a bedroom community of Austin. You're maybe 20 minutes outside of Austin. So this is very desirable because you have, your Amazons, your SpaceX, you have so many big companies going into Austin and all the Texas area. And the list price is $614,500. But look at this. 3.75% interest rate we've gotten the builder to go down to. 3.75% interest rate on this property with a down payment of 30%. Your monthly income is $349.24. But don't forget, you're appreciating on $614,000 purchase price, not just the money you put down. And again, this was built in 2024. This one, each side is 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath on each side, and the total square footage is 3,352. So it's amazing how amazing these properties are. All right, so managing your investment property. Why is property? And I will answer, by the way, everyone, I will answer everyone's questions towards the end, if you don't mind. I'm just kind of running through it. So keep putting your questions in the question box. I see some there now, and I will absolutely answer everyone's questions in the end. Okay, so managing your investment property. Why is property management important? So effective property management is so crucial. I can't even tell you enough to your investment and your tenant satisfaction, because you want to make sure that your property is taken care of, that it's well maintained, that there's yearly inspections. And we, Marshall Reddick, our management company, we take at least 75 photos every year, inside and out. We keep it really well maintained. You want the tenants to be vetted really well. And to make sure that you continue really great tenant relationships with them and foster a positive living environment. And when you have good property management and good tenant relations, your tenants will stay in your home 3 to 5 years and even longer. And every year, the rents continue to go up. If I take like my property that I have in Clarksville, Tennessee, when I bought it for $65,000, my rent was like $400 a month, something like that. And now that property is worth $275,000 and my rent is $1,425 a month. So your mortgage keeps getting paid down by your tenants and your rents keep going up, creating more positive cash flow for yourself. So another huge thing with Marshall Reddick Property Management is we have AppFolio financial software, and it streamlines all your financials for your CPA and keeps you informed and up to date. It's very easy for you to log in and look at your reports. And if you have to send money for a repair, to contribute the money, like I said, I'm on all sides of it. I'm a realtor here in Los Angeles for Marshall Reddick. I'm a leasing agent for Marshall Reddick here in LA. I am an advisor and mentor for Marshall Reddick clients, and I invest in the mortgage fund, and I am also a buyer of properties from Marshall Reddick, and I am a landlord and have Marshall Reddick managing my properties. So I do everything that you would do. Like I do full service. Okay, so Marshall Reddick Property Management, we protect the privacy and identity, your privacy and identity, which so the tenants aren't dealing with you directly. We estimate your fix-up costs. We get your property rented. Oh gosh, what did I do there? Sorry. We get your property fixed up quickly. We have an amazing vendor list. My one property in Clarksville, Tennessee, let's see, 2 years ago, I did a full renovation on the inside, and Marshall Reddick did the whole thing for me. And if I would have done the renovation without Marshall Reddick, it would have cost me $40,000, $45,000. With Marshall Reddick, it cost me $20,000 to do the whole inside. And then a year ago, I was one of the lucky ones that got hit by the tornado, and so I had to redo the roof and the siding and all of that on the outside of my property. And Marshall Reddick again managed that, and I actually made money from the insurance, because they have vendors that, because we give them so much business and they're all licensed, bonded, insured, you get so much more for your money with the vendor. So anyway, so they fixed up my property, so they do that. They run really great rental market analysis. They advertise and show their property, screen applicants, get the tenants to sign a lease, collect the rent, provide monthly and year-end statements for your accountant, and conduct inspections on a regular basis. All right, so a little bit about the Marshall Reddick private mortgage fund, investing in first lien and real estate debt. We have two types of things in the mortgage fund. We have where you can invest. I'm an investor in the mortgage fund. You can actually invest in the mortgage fund with an 8.58% annual return, and you will be providing loans intergroup for people. Or you can invest individually in the fund and fund loans just on your own. You can also utilize Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund to get loans if you are not able to, like myself, having 11 properties, I can't qualify for conventional financing, so I use the Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund. But we also have, like I said, Reed Hazard that can help with that. All right, so we have our property. I really suggest everyone reads this property rating ebook, How to Choose the Best Real Estate Investments. It's 38 pages, and it really shows you like the difference from A, B, C, D, and F class properties. Here at Marshall Reddick, we strongly suggest you invest in A class and B class properties. B class, you get a little more monthly rent, but a little less appreciation. And A class properties, you get a little less monthly rent, but you get more, you get less cash flow, but you get more appreciation. So this book really, I can't recommend enough. Just go to marshallreddick.com/ebook. All right. And if you also go to our website, marshallreddick.com/learn, /learn, we have all of our events are on there, which you knew from today. You go on and get the events. And we have a learn page with all sorts of educational things on there that you can look up. We have articles, we have guides, you name it. All right, so the great thing about, and I am going to answer everyone's questions, just getting through the slides, and then I'm going to take about 15 minutes to answer everyone's questions. So Marshall Reddick is a one-stop shop. So we are, you have an advisor such as myself to help you. You can call me anytime you want. We're free. We help you, and we're vested in helping you build your real estate portfolio. And we stay with you all the way from purchasing a property to renting it to for years and years in the future. I know someone's on this call right now, and I've been her advisor for over 20 years. So we're here, and we're here to stay. We're also a lender. We are also a full brokerage company and your realtor, whether you're buying locally here or out of state. We provide all the people for inspecting your property, vendors, etc. We have an insurance agent we work with who handles all that for you, and we are a property manager. If you check anytime, we have so many 5-star reviews on Google, Zillow, Yelp. Marshall Reddick is really highly rated. You can follow us and write us a review too. Any of you that I haven't had you write us a review, I would love for you to do that for us. Okay, so here's my my page. I'm going to go to all the questions now because I see there's a bunch of questions, and so we'll take as long as we need to on that. And if you see my number here, please call me or text me. You can text or call me from 8 a.m. until around 11 p.m., 7 days a week. 818-694-0740. So everyone write my number down, 818-694-0740. I also tried to, I think I texted a lot of you today too. So a lot of you might have my phone number in your phone from when I texted you today. All right, so let me get to the questions here. All right, I'll open this box bigger. Okay, I'm going up to the top here. All right. So, someone asked, investors, let's see, what are the write-offs as a real estate investor, and do you have tips and tricks for that? Okay, so I mentioned a little bit earlier, yes, there's tons of write-offs for real estate investor. You can literally write off your cleaning supply, your vacuum, anything that you use to maintain the property. Your property management is a write-off. HOA fees is a write-off. Taxes, insurance, depreciation, you get to write off a certain percentage, I think it's 3.45, a certain percent of depreciation you can write off for 27.5 years. Traveling to the property, any money you spend going to seminars, publications you get, subscriptions you get. I mean, you can go on and on of how many things. If you work from home, if you have a real estate a CPA, someone that specializes in real estate, they know a lot of write-offs. Like myself, I work from home, but he doesn't write off my home office. Instead, he writes off my electric, my water, my gas, my internet, my phone. He does stuff like that so that you don't get a red flag for the IRS. So there's so many things, and I strongly suggest if you have investment properties, you want to deal with a CPA that does real estate investments. And I have one that I've been using for about 18 years up in the Valley, who's amazing. It's hard for me to read it. I'm sorry if I'm taking a little bit here. The questions are real tiny here. Okay, what are some interesting, forgotten, and looked over tax write-offs? Well, I kind of just went over that just now. My understanding is that real estate losses only get applied if there's passive income. No, that's not true. And matter of fact, if you have negative income, those write-offs are also taken. So let's say your property is $100 a month negative. You get to not only write that off, but you get to write off all the other things. Now, you might be talking, if you're a W-2 income employee, some people have to carry their losses forward until they sell the property. But if you obtain around 5 rental properties, approximately, again, check with your CPA on this, but if you obtain about 5 rental properties, you are considered a professional real estate investor, because a lot of your income is maintained coming from rental properties. Even if you have a $200,000, $300,000 a year, but then you have 5, 6, 7 rental properties. So for example, I have 11 rental properties. Let's say I was an IT programmer and I had 11 properties. I still would be able to take off all those write-offs that I mentioned before as a professional real estate investor, because I'm actively involved with my properties. You manage your property managers. You're actively involved with discussing who's moving in your property, what repairs are you doing. That is the only requirement for being an active real estate investor, is that you're actively involved in your property. But again, check with your CPA of your particular situation, and then call me, 818-694-0740, and I'd be happy to help you. Okay, how can a developer offer 3.75% interest rate when the current market rate is hovering around 6.5? The reason why is because they pay us points to buy down the rate. we've been working with a lot of these builders for over 30 years. So we have such a strong long-term relationship with us, and they know that we provide, okay, if a builder, a developer is building a tract of homes and he has 10 homes left before he can go on and start the next tract of homes, because the builder is never allowed to leave a home tract, and like a particular phase of a home tract, until they sell every single home in that phase. That, if you ever see that, that's how builders do that. So Marshall Reddick is so powerful because we've been around since 1979 that we're able to have all our Marshall Reddick investors will buy all those properties and turn them into rental properties so that he can go on to the next phase. So that's worth a lot of money to him because it eliminates his holding costs from holding properties. So he does what's called with us, we do something called a forward commitment, where he gives us a certain amount of points, a certain percentage of buy down rates, to put in window coverings, to put in appliances, to do all of these things, because he would rather finish out his phase and go on to a new phase. And also we bring a steady flow of good, successful, qualified buyers. And so that's why they do it. They've been doing this with us for over 30 years. And I bought new construction myself. I remember years ago, I bought a home, 2903 Biloxi Trail in Jacksonville. It was a brand new construction, and it was the same thing. We had a buy down of the rate. And by the way, when I first started buying investment properties, I started buying in 1996. The interest rates were 7, 8, and 9%. All of my rental properties that I bought had that amount, that interest rate. But it doesn't really matter. You know, what do they say? They say, marry the price and date the rate, because what happens is over time you're able to constantly modify with the lender directly or refinance the interest rate. Like I know Reed Hazard with CMG we work with, he has a 5-year guarantee program that if the rates go down at all within 5 years, he'll refinance your property as many times as you want for free. So there's all sorts of ways. The thing is Marshall Reddick just has experience with this, and we've been doing it so long, and we give so much business to all the people we work with that they give special deals for Marshall Reddick that they will not give to anyone else. Like that property I showed you at 3.75%, if you walked in off the street and tried to get that deal, you would never get that deal with that builder. There's no way. So it's because we have specific forward commitment contracts. We say we will sell X amount of your properties if you give it to us for this price and give us this many points so that we can buy down the rate and make the home rent ready. We often also get the builder to agree to allow us to begin looking for a renter while the property is still in escrow. So a lot of our properties are ready for a tenant to move in right at the close of escrow. All right, so what other question? Looking here. Isn't a second property mortgage interest higher typically? Yes, a second property mortgage interest is usually higher. It's like a first and the second interest rate. But normally when you're buying owner occupied, it's not like that 100% down financing program that I talked to you about. There was it's a special government program that allows 3.5% down, but then also offers it's a down payment assistance program offered by the state of California. So in that case, both the interest rates were really kind of comparable with each other and very, very low. And yeah, let's see. But yes, normally your second equity line, like if you got an equity line, you'd probably be looking at 9% roughly right now, depending on what again, it goes back to your credit score. It depends what your credit is. Do you have really good credit? Do you have bad credit? What's your debt to income ratio? Do you have a lot of debt and not enough income to cover that debt? Everything is a risk factor with the lender. And like I said, you can call me anytime at the 818-694-0740, and I would be glad to talk you through any of the situations that you have. And I'm going to be calling everyone after this event too. I'll call everyone and touch base with everybody. Okay, so the next question is, Do you have a CPA referrals? Yes, I absolutely do. Please call me after the event, and I'll be happy to give you a CPA referral, and I will be calling all of you as well after the event to see what questions you have. And after this event, by the way, you'll get a little 3-question survey just to see how I did and see how I can help you. And I will look at that survey, and any questions you have, I'll be personally calling you and answering any questions or concerns you have. Okay, if I have one rental, am I considered a professional real estate investor for tax purposes and write-offs? Well, that depends. Are you 1099 income? Are you W-2 income? What type of job do you do? How much income are you getting from your rental property? That's another one. It just depends. If you have one investment property and you're W-2 and you don't make any cash flow on it, I would say you're probably, for tax purposes, you still have write-offs, 100%. Some write-offs you can take immediately, and some write-offs get deferred until you would sell the property. So, but you definitely get more write-offs being a professional property investor, like I spoke about earlier. But you can call me also, and we can talk about your specific situation. All right. Does a duplex count as one rental? No, a duplex counts as 2, or a fourplex counts as 4 because you have 4 different incomes coming in, or a triplex 3 because you have 3 different incomes in. So actually, each side of your duplex is considered its own little small business. So Marshall Reddick, we also have 4 really beautiful fourplexes in Texas also with some good cash flow on it. So anything that is a single family home, a duplex, triplex, or fourplex is all considered a single family and the lowest interest rate. All right, so let's see. All right. The next question is, can I get the recording for this session? I love it and I want to watch it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yes, you will be you will be emailed the recording of this in about I'd say 2 to 3 days, but I'm also going to be calling each one of you who attended the event also, and even ones that are watching the replay, I'll be contacting. And please, if you can answer the 3-question survey at the end, that would really help me out so that I can get better and better at doing this presentation. Okay, is the 50%, let's see, it says, is the 50% return guaranteed even if the market tanks? Oh, 8.58% in the private mortgage fund investing product. Yes, the interest rate of 8.58, nothing is guaranteed in life, but our default rate is almost nothing. The reason why is because we only loan 65% of the value of a property. So if the property is worth 100,000, we're only loaning 65,000 on that. So we have a lot of cushion, so that if one of our mortgagees would happen to have any problems with paying his mortgage, the mortgage fund would immediately foreclose on that property and take the property back, and we would still have plenty of cushion and plenty of money to either keep that in our portfolio or sell the property. So I'd say that this is a pretty good risk investment. Again, I would love to talk to you after the event, and I can talk to you about our mortgage fund product and investing in our private money fund. I have money in the fund, and I continue to put more money in all the time into the fund. It's just an easy way to have like a forced savings account. And I roll every quarter, my interest over into make more money. I don't take the profits. You can get paid every quarter from the mortgage fund, or you can just roll it over into your investment, and that's what I do. And I just let it sit and I leave it. It's really great too. Any of you who have a self-directed IRA, you can invest in the mortgage fund with your IRA. I have several advisor clients that I help that do that. They invest in the mortgage fund through their IRA, their self-directed IRAs. And also, did you know that you can buy investment property through your self-directed IRAs also? Okay, next question. All right, do you work with contractors selling homes in California? If so, name some of the cities. I'm not sure the question. Do we work with contractors? No, we don't have any new construction homes here in California that we're working with. I think because the price points are just too high, and most of the homes here in California are custom builds. People order it and they custom build the home. But we do have custom home contractors and developers, builders we work with in all of the areas in Texas, all of the areas in Tennessee. We also have Kentucky, and then also in South Florida. Okay, the next question. Oh, thank you, Christy. Amazing presentation. Thank you. Can't wait to chat further. Look forward to it too, Erica. Do you have any good referral companies to set up self-directed IRAs, converting current IRA sets? Absolutely. We have Dmitry Firmachenko. We have been working with Sense Financial since 2000. That's another benefit of Marshall Reddick. Like, we've all been working together for so long. Most of us never leave. Like, I've been here since 2000 and been as an investor since 1996. And Dmitry Firmachenko, who has Sense Financial, that's all he does is IRAs and converting them and helping you get into the mortgage fund and buy investment properties. And so again, if you can, I will contact you as well. But when you fill out the survey, if you could put on there that you need help, and I'll connect you with Dmitry with Sense Financial, and he can help you do that. And we have a lot of our Marshall Reddick clients that do that as well. All right, the next, that's all the questions. Okay, let me just make sure I didn't miss any that might have come in just the last second. I think I got them all, but let me just check to the top. All right. Okay, here's one. Okay, can you be considered an active real estate investor if you have a full-time job for tax purposes? And I think I answered that already. Normally, if you own enough rental property where you're getting enough tenants, tenants pay, and then you're paying your mortgage. Normally, if you have enough property, even if you have a full-time job, you can still be considered a professional, active real estate investor. Absolutely. And again, give me a call and I can explain that in more details, but absolutely you can. I worked in the music business until 2000, and was buying rental properties, and by 2000 I had 12 rental properties, but I was working a full-time W-2 job in the music industry, and I was able to write off all of my write-offs on my rental property against my income. So that's why I didn't pay any taxes. Just don't forget, I haven't paid any taxes since 1998, and I didn't go into being a full-time realtor until 2000. So I'm a prime example of someone who did that. Okay, so I really look forward. I think that's about all the questions. Oh, is it better to have a high credit limit on your credit card, even if you don't need it, and don't go over 30% regularly? I say yes, because that's a good way to get money if you ever need it. I have a bunch of credit cards, and I'll give you an example. I have one credit card that has like a $30,000 limit on it, and I had an HOA assessment for $55,000 paid in 3 parts, and $22,000 of it was owed by December 15th of this last year. Well, I went on to one of my credit cards that I never used that has $30,000 of credit, and I signed up for their little FlexPay loan for 8.99%. I got the $22,000 loan to go ahead and pay for that assessment, and then I can write off the interest on that loan. So I got the loan, but I can write off the interest on the loan because it's for an assessment for my rental property on Siesta Key. So absolutely, it's really good to be able to have, I have so many different credit cards with really high limits, but I make sure that I don't overspend my 30%. And if I do, I pay it off that month. I'm sorry, bear with me. We're at 6:02 right now, guys. I'm just trying to see, wonder if I should increase it to higher limit. Definitely call me. I have no problem. You guys call me. Again, my number's right there on the screen. The loan rates 30-year fixed? Yes, the loan rates are 30-year fixed on our programs that we're doing. And we look at each one individually. So again, just call me on that, and I'd be glad to talk to you. So I just want to thank you so much for coming today. This is our first women's investment event that we've done since 15 years ago. So I'm so grateful that you all joined today. If you could please just fill out the survey at the end, I would be really grateful. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.